Once upon a time, in the heart of the Pride Lands, lived a young lion cub named Simba. Simba was full of energy, curiosity, and a little bit of mischief. He loved exploring and wanted to learn everything he could about the kingdom. His father, Mufasa, was the wise and powerful king of the Pride Lands, and Simba looked up to him with great admiration. One sunny morning, Simba woke up extra early. He raced over to Mufasa, who was watching over the kingdom from atop Pride Rock. "Dad," Simba said eagerly, "will you take me on an adventure today? I want to learn how to be a good king like you." Mufasa looked down at his excited son and smiled. "All right, Simba. Today I'll show you what it takes to be a wise and strong king. But remember, it's not just about being brave. A true king also cares deeply about his land and his people." Simba nodded eagerly, although he was mostly excited about the idea of exploring new places. So, with the golden sun shining high in the sky, the father and son set off together, their paws softly padding across the vast savanna. As they walked, Mufasa explained the importance of the circle of life. "You see, Simba, every creature here has a role, from the smallest ant to the tallest giraffe. We are all connected. A good king respects every life, no matter how big or small." Simba listened intently but couldn't help noticing a herd of gazelles grazing in the distance. "Dad, let's go there. I want to see the gazelles up close." Mufasa chuckled. "All right, Simba, but remember to stay calm and respect their space. They might get frightened if you're too close." Simba nodded, and together they crept quietly toward the herd. But before they got too close, a loud rumbling sound echoed across the plains. Mufasa's ears perked up, and he quickly noticed a cloud of dust rising. "Simba, stay close to me," Mufasa said, his voice serious. He knew the sound of a stampede when he heard one. Just then, the ground started to shake, and a large herd of wildebeest came rushing down from the hills, charging straight towards them. Mufasa immediately scooped Simba up and carried him to a safe spot on a rocky ledge. They watched as the wildebeest thundered past, their hooves pounding the ground like drums. Once the stampede had passed, Mufasa looked at Simba with concern. "Are you okay, Simba?" Simba nodded, his eyes wide with excitement and a little fear. "Wow, Dad, that was amazing. I wasn't scared at all," he boasted, though he knew he had been a little frightened. Mufasa smiled. "It's okay to feel scared, Simba. Bravery doesn't mean you're never afraid. It means you do what's right, even when you are scared." Simba thought about this for a moment, nodding slowly. His father's words made sense, but he still wanted to prove himself. "So what's next, Dad?" Mufasa led Simba to a grassy hill where they could overlook the entire Pride Lands. From up there, they could see everything: the rivers, the trees, the animals, and the endless sky. "Look, Simba," Mufasa said, pointing his paw towards the horizon. "Everything the light touches is our kingdom. It's your responsibility to protect it one day. But remember, you must always act with kindness and fairness." Simba gazed at the land in awe, feeling a sense of pride, but also a bit of worry. "How do I know I'll be a good king, Dad?" Mufasa wrapped his large paw around Simba. "You already have the heart of a king, Simba. Being a good king is about putting others first and listening to them. And when you don't know what to do, remember that I will always be here, watching over you." Simba felt a little braver with Mufasa by his side. But as they made their way back, something caught Simba's attention. A little bird stuck in a thorn bush, fluttering frantically. "Dad, look! That bird needs help!" Simba cried, rushing over. Mufasa watched as Simba gently worked to free the bird from the thorny branches. Despite getting a few scratches, Simba was careful and patient. Finally, the bird was free, and it flew away, chirping gratefully. "Good job, Simba," Mufasa said with pride. "You showed kindness and patience. These are qualities of a good king, too." Simba beamed, feeling proud of himself. "Thanks, Dad. I'll remember that." The sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the Pride Lands as Simba and Mufasa made their way back to Pride Rock. Simba was tired but happy, his head full of everything he had learned that day. As they reached home, Simba curled up next to his father, feeling safe and loved. "Dad?" Simba whispered sleepily. "Yes, Simba? Thank you for showing me how to be a good king." Mufasa gently nuzzled his son. "You're welcome, Simba. Remember, I'll always be here for you. Just look up at the stars, and you'll know." Simba smiled, drifting off to sleep under the vast starry sky, feeling braver and more prepared for the future, knowing his father's love and wisdom would always guide him. And so, Simba grew up with Mufasa's teachings close to his heart, learning to be a kind, wise, and courageous king, just as his father had taught him. The Pride Lands flourished under their care, and the circle of life continued as the father's wisdom was passed on to his son.